Okay, welcome back again. Today, in this video, I want to talk to you about chart 19.5 in your book. So, to get started with that, let's look at two sentences that you already know the grammar for. I could say, because Mary is very kind-hearted. Kind-hearted means her heart is very kind, very nice. So because Mary is very kind-hearted, she doesn't kill ants. I know some people like this. They will not kill ants in their house. Or I could also say, Mary is very kind-hearted, so she doesn't kill ants. These sentences mean the same thing. Now, I want to teach you another way, or actually two other ways, that I can say the same idea using different words. So, one way is to use such plus adjective plus noun plus that. And let me show you how that works. Is such, and then I could say a kind-hearted person. That. So here I have such, and then adjective, kind-hearted, and then I have person, noun, and then I have that. Mary is such a kind-hearted person that she doesn't kill ants. Okay? So, these three sentences mean the same thing. I could say, because Mary is very kind-hearted, she doesn't kill ants. Or, Mary is very kind-hearted, so she doesn't kill ants. I can also say the same thing by using such plus adjective plus noun plus that. And I can say, Mary is such a kind-hearted person that she doesn't kill ants. Hope that's good. Let me put another one up on the board. Let's see here. I might say, John is a very tall person. So, he sometimes hits his head on doorways. John is a very tall person, so he sometimes hits his head on doorways. So let's think. How could I say a sentence that means the same thing using this pattern? Such plus adjective plus noun plus that. So let's write that here. So I'll have such plus adjective plus noun plus that. All right. Let's walk through that together. And then, see, so I'll start off by just saying John is, and then I'll use such plus adjective plus noun plus that. So here, the adjective I'm using is tall. So I could say John is such, and I'd say a tall. I'll use a because I have this noun over here. And then the noun would be person. John is such a tall person. And then I'll say that. Oh, let me just write that. I'll use that plus result. That plus result. So I could say, John is such a tall person that he sometimes sits his head on doorways. And these two sentences mean the same thing. So instead of so, I can use such plus adjective plus noun plus that, and then the result. Let's try another sentence. Let me see. Oh, let me see here. Okay. Oh, let me see here. Let me do another one. Or I could say, Ah. Yes. Okay. So, let's say John has very old shoes, so they have holes in them. So let's see, how can I say this same idea using this pattern? Using such plus adjective plus noun plus that, and then plus result. Okay. Take a minute and see if you can think of how you would say this. If you need to, pause the video. But would you please, take a minute, maybe write it down. Okay, let's take a look at this. So I want to have such plus adjective plus noun plus that and the result. So I could say, so here, I could say such, and then the adjective here is old. I could say such, old, and then the noun is shoes. Shoes, and then I have that and the result. So I could say, John has such old shoes that, and the result is, they have holes in them. So I could say, John has very old shoes, comma, so they have holes in them, or I can use such plus adjective plus noun plus that plus result to say the same thing. So I could say, John has such old shoes that they have holes in them. Okay. Let's look at a second way that I can also, let's look at the second thing that we're studying in this chart, which is so and something and that. So I'll erase this. Oops. Oh, I should have done that. Okay. Here, I can use so plus adjective plus that plus result. Okay. Another way that I can say the same idea is to use this pattern. I could say so plus adjective plus that plus result. Let me give you an example using these ideas. Because Mary is very kind-hearted, comma, she doesn't kill ants. Mary is very kind-hearted, comma, so she doesn't kill ants. So here, I would start by writing the word so, and then I write the adjective. The adjective here is kind-hearted. So I could say kind-hearted, and then I have that, and then the result. So the sentence that I would get from this is, Mary is so kind-hearted that, and then the result is, she doesn't kill ants. Mary is so kind-hearted that she doesn't kill ants. It means the same as these sentences. It also means the same as the sentence with such that I erased. It means the same as Mary is such a kind person that she doesn't kill ants. So I could say, Mary is so kind-hearted, so plus adjective plus that, so plus adjective plus that, she doesn't kill ants. Let's look at another example. Let's say you have a teacher, a math teacher, that gives very hard tests. The math test was very hard. The math test was very hard, so only, let's say, only 5 students passed it. Let me write out 5 since I want to teach you to be formal. It's only 5, so only 5 students passed it. Okay. The math test, excuse me. The math test was very hard, comma, so only 5 students passed it. The math test was very hard, comma, so only 5 students passed it. Now, would you please think, how could you say this same idea using so plus an adjective plus that plus the result? I'll take a minute. Let's just take a minute and think. If you'd like to think, pause the tape, and see if you can come up with an answer. If you're stuck, or you don't feel like you're ready, let's talk about the answer. So pause if you want to think about it, because now I'm going to talk about how we do it. So maybe on this one, let's think about what is the result. Well, the result is only 5 students passed the class. So I could say, so the result would be only 5 students passed it. Only 5 students passed the test. And the way that I would say the cause would be I'll use so plus adjective plus that. So so here I'd say so, and the adjective is hard. So I'd say so hard that. And then to begin, I'd say the math test was so hard that only 5 students passed it. The math test was so, plus adjective hard, plus that, plus the result. Only 5 students passed it. How is that? Let's try one more. So I could say, the weather was very cold. So it killed all my flowers. Okay? The weather was very cold, so it killed all my flowers. Would you please see if you can make this, see if you can make a sentence that means the same thing using, again, let me use a different color, using so plus adjective plus that and the result. Please pause the tape and see if you can do this. Or please pause the video. We don't use tapes anymore. Okay, so the sentence that I hope you came up with was, the weather was, and then I could say, so, then adjective cold, that it killed, the result is it killed all my plants. Oops. That it killed all my flowers. Okay? The weather was so cold that it killed all my flowers. I hope that's good. If it's not clear, maybe write down your questions and we can talk about them at our next question session, which will be this week, and I made that change and I don't remember quite. I don't remember whether it's Tuesdays or Thursdays we do the question section. So just a second. Let me load up Canvas and I will be able to tell you. Okay. Let me do 2 announcements. I'm waiting for my computer. Aha. So, yes. So our question session this week will be, I will have a question session on Thursday from 7 to 7:50 at the Zoom link that's in the announcement. Also, Tran will continue to be able to answer questions for you Tuesdays and Thursdays from 5:30 to 6:45. Okay. That's all for Chart 19.5.